Hello everyone, welcome back to Top's Tactical and Other Cool Stuff. You can't see me, but this guy right over here, whoops, where I'm at, there I am, this guy right here, I'm Top. Today I want to do a quick review on the SigSauer Romeo 5 red dot optic. Okay, I just got this the other day, well I got about a week or so ago, and if you follow my Facebook page, which is also Top's Tactical and Other Cool Stuff, you'll see I had a photo of it. I had mounted it on an AR-15 and promised you guys a review once I had a chance to shoot it. So, hey, promise made, promise kept. I'm going to talk really fast because this is my third time making this video, and it always ends up being anywhere from 17 to 20 minutes long, which is too long for a video for me. So anyway, let's get right to it. SigSauer has got something called a Romeo 5 red dot optic. It is a 1 by 20 millimeter compact red dot sight. Now, it comes in a fancy little box like this. Kudos to them on their packaging. Packaging looks really cool. Well, I'm not going to unbox it because, as you guessed, the rifle sitting in front of you has already got it on there, so the box is empty. But I will tell you what comes in the box. You will get the owner's manual, which is not a book. It's a little flip-out deal here. Tells you everything you need to know about it. Gives you all the features and everything, and tells you how to mount it, zero it, and everything else. You also get a sight tool. Alright, on the end down here is a little hex key that will fit where you mount the sight to your Picatinny rail. It tightens up that mount, locks it on for you. The other end of this tool is just a plain and simple screwdriver tip, which works for adjusting your windage and elevation. You're also going to get a piece of lens cleaning material that seems to come with every optic on the planet. You will get this extra mount. Now, when I took mine out of the box, it had a high mount on it that gets you to what's called absolute co-witness. Alright, in reference to your backup iron sights. I am an absolute co-witness guy. If you are a lower 1/3 kind of guy, then you attach this mount like this to the bottom of the optic, and then this mounts on your Picatinny rail, and it gets tightened up by this one screw here. And you'll see that here in just a second. Talking about some of the features here, I'm going to read them to you right off a piece of paper. This is a high performance red dot, or it has a high performance red notch coating for excellent light transmission and crisp red dot clarity. When you take a look at the objective end of this optic, you'll see that there is a pretty healthy coating on there to knock down that reflection and everything. You've got a 2-minute of angle dot with 10 different illumination settings, 8 for daylight and 2 for night vision. This comes with something that they call a MOTAC, which is a motion activated illumination control that powers up when it senses motion and powers down when at rest. This extends your runtime in excess of 40,000 hours in normal use. Alright, this is similar to what most people nowadays are calling shake-awake technology. If you let the weapon sit, for example, the way the sight is on this gun sitting on this bench, with no movement of the weapon, the sight will power off in about 2 minutes. And then, at the least little movement, it powers back on. Now, I can tell you that that function works really great, and it takes the least amount of movement to get that optic to power back up and get your dot on. So that's a really cool. I'm a fan of that MOTAC thing. Seems to work really well. Let's see. You've got a low profile M1913 Torx mount and a 1.41 inch absolute co-witness riser Torx mount with each sight. That was this piece here. Alright. Let's see. It's cast from aircraft grade aluminum for ruggedness and durability. It's got a side loading CR2032 coin cell battery for easy replacement. You don't have to take the sight off to do it. It's waterproof down to 1 meter. And it's got the SigSauer Electro-Optics Guarantee and SigSauer Electronic and Tritium Limited 5-year warranty. So all that information's right here. You can read it all you want. what you need to know? Well, you get everything you need in the box to set it up, whether you're just running an absolute co-witness or lower 1/3. Either way, the goods are here. And it takes a CR2032 battery that mounts up here on the side of it. I'm going to show you here in just a second. And it's got a 2-minute of angle dot. It also has that shake-awake technology that they call MOTAC. All that's pretty cool. Now, let's take a look at this dealio right here. I'm going to try to bring it in a little closer, as long as I don't lose the advantage of my overhead light up there. Alright, I think you boys and girls can see that pretty easy. That is the Romeo 5. Now, I've got it mounted on a Kel-Tec RFB in 7.62 NATO 308 Winchester. Fire either one for me. No problems today with it handling the recoil. I initially had it on an AR-15, but given the purpose of the weapons that I have, I'm going to run this deal on this little this bullpup, which is a great little thing. That's one of my CQB kind of options, and light battle rifle out to about 300 yards is all the further I want to play with this. But when guys start talking about clearing rooms and everything else, and they pick on me because of my Banshee, which is 45 ACP, they look at me and they say, "Huh, I got my 223, I got my 5.56. Well, big boy, if you want to talk about room clearing with a rifle, let me introduce you to my little Kel-Tec. Alright? Because you know what? Having to shoot the same thing 2 or 3 times is just plain silly. But that's a different conversation. Let's go to the optic here. The optic comes with little, I guess they call them the bikini covers for the scope on it. Pretty decent, rugged little deal. Got the word SIG on the front of them. Don't know if you can see that or not. But that way you don't confuse it with any of your other scopes. Let's set it off to the side. Now we're getting to where we can kind of see things. Let me tip this forward just a little bit. I don't know if that helped or not. Probably not. Alright, right here in front of my finger is your windage adjustment. Right in front of that you have your battery cover. Cool thing about this, you don't have to take the sight off the weapon to change the battery. Believe it or not, there are some optics out there that when the battery goes dead, you actually have to take it off of the weapon because you access the battery from the bottom of the optic. That is no way no. So let's back over here. On this deal here, these are 1/2 minute of angle adjustments. Go ahead and crank this cover off for you. I don't want to zoom in with my camera because then it gets all pixelated and looks nasty. But pretty simple deal there. Just got a screwdriver notch in there, or on the top of this adjustment cover, if I hold it just right, maybe you can see it's got a little tab there, and that tab fits into that notch so that you can put it up there and you can use this to adjust your windage and elevation. You don't need a screwdriver or a spent shell casing or a dime or anything else. And on the inside of the adjustment covers, they even have a directional arrow telling you which way is up or which way is right, and it also reminds you that 1 click is 1/2 minute of angle. So that can be kind of handy. Let me go ahead and crank this back on here. Got a really good fine thread, so it takes like 27 revolutions to get it on there and get it tight. Still not there. Okay, there we go. And like I say, right here is your battery access. If you take the weapon, let's see if we can turn this thing 90 degrees. Can y'all see anything? Actually, you can see better at 45, can't you? I wonder if I can get it to sit right there. Probably not, because it's just not my day. Looking up here at the top of the scope, right there you've got your elevation adjustment. Same deal, twist top cap. Got the same little tab on top that fits the slot in the adjuster. And it also says on the inside of the cap, gives you a directional arrow with the direction of up and right to make sure you're headed the proper direction. Moving on out in front of that, you have your 2 buttons to control the brightness or the intensity of your red dot. The closest button to you, as I get this thing set back in the rack so it doesn't end up on the floor, the closest button to you turns it down, furthest one away turns it up. Now, the way this thing works, when you first turn it on, you'll press and hold either button for a second or two and then it'll come on. Adjust your your brightness, your intensity to where you want it. And then you can just leave it alone. Once this gun sits with no disturbance, no movement for 2 minutes, the optic powers off on its own. And then just the slightest little touch, the slightest movement of this gun, and that optic will come back on. So I really like that Motac. That is a pretty slick deal. Like I say, most people are just generically call it shake-awake technology, but SigSauer's got it on this, and it's pretty handy. Let's see, the good, the bad, the ugly with it. Well, the good is it's got a 2 minute of angle dot, and it's a 1 power magnification. The bad part is it's got a 2 minute of angle dot, and it's a 1 power magnification. What I mean by that is the dot inside is 2 minutes of angle in diameter. Okay, so that dot is roughly a 2-inch circle at 100 yards. That works really good, especially in a CQB environment, and it works really good at 100 yards. But as you start shooting further, the dot gets a little big, and the 1 power magnification, which basically means there is no magnification in the scope. 1 times 5 is 5, so 1 times whatever you see out there with the naked eye is what you see through this scope. So this, in my opinion, this optic by itself is not a 300-yard optic. Okay, if I take this 2 minute of angle dot at 200 yards, shooting at a 6-inch steel plate, well then this dot covers up 4 inches of that plate. So it can get tough to see because you'll end up with the dot being larger than the target in some cases if you're trying to shoot 4-inch plates, 3-inch plates, shoot an apple off the top of the fence post, whatever blows your skirt up. What a lot of people are doing is adding magnifiers to the front or to the rear of the optic. So you would take this optic and you would mount it all the way up forward, magnifier in behind. That's a whole different video. I've got a magnifier coming, and once I get it on and get it set up, I'll do a review on that. I did not talk about how to mount this scope or this optic. Just like you saw on the bottom of this plate, all you've got to do is you loosen up one screw, and you'll slip this over your Picatinny rail with this rod right here. There you go. The actual bolt itself will lay in one of these grooves, and you tighten it down. It took me every bit of about 7 seconds to mount this optic where I want it. This optic has unlimited eye relief. Eye relief is the distance between the back of the scope, the optic end, or I'm sorry, the ocular end, and your eyeball. Alright, it doesn't matter where you are, you still get a full field of view in the scope. It also does not have any parallax in it, so you don't have to worry about parallax. Let's see, that's kind of the good and the bad of it. Like I say, I'm wanting to keep this video short, so I'm not going to ramble. Bottom line of the deal is, I think SigSauer hit a home run with this. This is a really, really good quality optic for the price that it is, and it's competitive with all the other ones out on the market. It's comparable to the Vortex in the same kind of price range. I'm a Vortex guy by nature, but I think I'm going to get a few more of these, or I don't know, we'll see what the wallet says. But good quality optic. Like I say, I give it a thumbs up. The opportunity presents itself. I'm going to have me a couple more of them. I hope you guys liked this little short video. I hope I didn't leave you with too many questions. Do me a favor, go down below there and hit that like button, which is over here somewhere. Go ahead and click on subscribe, and then next to that's a notification bell. Go ahead and click all those for me if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. I don't know why I keep telling anybody that. You can't make money on these videos anyway, no matter how many subscribers you have. But hey, go ahead and subscribe to it so you can check things out, and let me know what you want to see on a video. I'm open to ideas. If you got any questions about this review or anything else, throw me a comment down there in the bottom, and we'll get to answering it and see what we can figure out. Anyway, thanks for showing up. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you guys to shoot safe, shoot straight, and train often.